Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Jason here. Today we're going to recap of AMC. Also, there's been a lot of buzz going around of why places like iBorrowDesk aren't showing the short sale availability right now, and also aren't showing the short share availability fees. We're going to go over that in a little bit. If you could, make sure you guys smack the like button down below. Definitely helps out this video, but it helps out more people learn about AMC. Also, if you guys aren't a sub, make sure you guys hit the sub button. Remember, next week we do have the giveaway going over some AMC stocks over on the public app. If you want to know I'm using, I am using Webull. There's a link down in the description. You go down and click on that link, sign up, put $100 and you get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,800. You also get the tier 2 NASDAQ views for 3 months. Well, as you can see today, it was a crazy ride up and then back down. But overall, we did finish in the positive today, 2.15%, which adds to yesterday's 5%. Altogether, though, we were up right at 3.65% today, including the aftermarket hours. Finished aftermarket hours right at $10.14. Again, that's great news. Remember, we get above that $10 range again. Earlier today, though, we did get a high of $10.65. And this morning, we did start out at $9.62. We went into the market hours right around $10, shot up to $10.65. And then we just kind of squandered around, though, until we got about right here, about 12:40 in the Central Standard Time. And then we dropped like a rock. It was not just AMC, though. It was the whole market as a whole. There was some news coming out about a new tax plan. Obviously, this tax plan has been talked about plenty of times. To me, man, it just kind of reinitiates the way I talk about in the stream a lot, that these hedge funds and places like this, big suits, big investors, obviously, they're the ones who rule the markets, right? So anytime they can figure out a way to try to dump markets, they'll do that, kind of like with the EVs as well. Anytime anything comes up about chipsets, we've already kind of known this before, obviously, with chipsets having some sort of shortage, especially over this quarter too. But every time it brings it up, those stocks like to fall. Obviously, anytime any kind of tax plan gets talked about that we've already known about for a long period of time, and it hasn't even passed yet, right? So these tax plans go through lots of stuff in the House and in the Senate. This tax plan we're talking about right now won't even pass like it is. It'll probably be some watered down version that'll get watered down like crazy, and it'll finally pass. It won't make that big of a difference overall, just like nothing else ever does. It's just, again, another time that way the big guys can dump markets, buy in low again, and ride the ship right back up. This is the reason why I've always said the suits rule the market, right? Us retail investors, we don't move markets that much. But those guys with billions of dollars in the market, they do. So anytime they can ride a ship up and then sink the ship and then ride that ship right back out of the water, they'll do it. And this is another time, I guarantee you, the tax plan that everybody's freaking out about won't even be the same tax plan that passes. This always happens. Always so irritating because anytime they talk about anything in the market pretty much likes to sell off, right? So those big suits sell off. Usually the market dumps a little bit, and then they'll buy back on the bottom, kind of like you see today. They'll buy back in, and they'll ride the ship right back up again and make another couple billions of dollars. And then next time they see something in this news that they could obviously dump again, guess what? They'll dump it again and then make a lot more money on the way back up again. But again, we did end today, though, at $10.14. Hopefully tomorrow we can get back up above this $10.50 range and hopefully maybe get above $11 tomorrow heading into next week. And we'll go with the options really quick, though, for that. So at $10, if we get in $10 to the green, there'll be 31,720 in the green. At 10.5, that'll be 12,262. And then at $11, which I hope we get to, we'll be at 12,846. Obviously, long shot would be the $12, but that also net us another 11,896. And at 11.5, it would net us another 4,079. All right, I want to go to these Ortex numbers really quick. Again, for today, we had the exchange reported short interest. Right now, 73.82 million was 49.31 million with a change of 49.72%. So estimated short interest percent, a free float is at 23.43. Previously, it was at 21.84 with a change of 7.28%. Percent of free float on loan currently is at 36.69. 7 days ago was at 34.2. Change of 7.28%. Shares on loan currently at 153.22 million. 7 days ago was at 142.81 million, which is a change of 7.28%. Days to cover on loan currently is at 0.93. 7 days ago was at 0.81. which is a change of 14.05%. Cost to borrow, current is at 8.93. These numbers are obviously off, so we won't really go over those right now. Again, they're not even being reported right now, and we'll go over that in a little bit. The utilization is still at 100, and again, 7 days ago was at 98.7, which is a change of 1.32%. So this number staying at 100 is actually really good. And again, this is one reason why we're seeing these short sale availabilities not be reported right now. And we'll go over that again. So I want to go over this really quick. Then we had to get the rundown. I had a lot of people ask today, why isn't the short share availability getting updated on iBorrowDesk? Currently, it was yesterday, obviously, with 200,000 short share availability. These right here kind of got ate up now, so there's 0, right? And the fee rate right here is not going to change either right now. I'm pretty sure it's still probably at like 26.1%. Not 100% sure, but that's what I'm going to go with for right now. So I know better, obviously. So I had this question asked, and I did some little deep dive, and I found this right here. So when a stock is not updating on iBorrowDesk, it means that the Interactive Brokers is not reporting any shares available to borrow. That means there's 0 shares available to borrow. This right here was back in January when the GME had the same issue as well. We've also had other stocks in between get these same issues. I just never knew what it meant. But right here it is. Worth noting, though, this doesn't mean there aren't any shares available to borrow at other brokers. So obviously, iBorrowDesk goes straight off of Interactive Brokers alone, and they show 0. Now, if you go to Fintel, they're showing obviously 0 as well right now. So that means to me, there's probably just no shares available to borrow, again, which is a great thing for if you're at AMC right now. Now, another good news today, though, we did have 2 large print orders come through for AMC. One for the amount of $1.64 million. And we also had another one earlier this morning come in for $4,809,000 as well earlier this morning, which is great. So we had 2 big orders come through today. Again, these are big orders, almost right around $6.5 million worth of orders, big print orders come through today. And we'll probably see those onto the Fintel numbers coming up in the next few days when these get registered through the SEC. Also, I want to bring up my trading view really quick as well. Obviously, right now, you can see today where he dumped. Again, I think this is okay. We'll see this come back over tomorrow up into a more of a buy zone again. Obviously, you can see down here over the last day and a half or whatever, we had this big surge up. And again, today we had that crazy news come through that everybody knew about for like a year now about that supposedly tax plan, which again is going to be watered down over and over again. It just it gives these guys leverage to dump their shares and have an excuse to dump them and then buy back and lower. So tomorrow I do expect us to continue to go back up like we did today, and aftermarket hours continue to go up. And I expect to see that tomorrow as well. Now, another good thing today, though, we had an investment firm initiative, Equity Partners, purchased almost 65,000 shares of AMC, and their CEO tweeted this. So their CEO right here, man, Christian, tweeted, "This isn't about a stock. This is about standing up against the forces of corruption, the agendas of evil, and the SEC enforcement not taking action. The only way we move forward is the collective power behind the same beliefs. United we stand, divided we fall." AMC. And again, this is one reason why I got into AMC in the first place back in early January when I seen about this movement, right? I didn't get in for just straight about the money. This was about hopefully teaching some of these people lessons. Obviously, they might not even learn a lesson that they continue to short still to this day. Sometimes the same stock, aka AMC, GME, others like this, cost, whatever you were in at the time. They'll continue to try to do this until they go bankrupt or whatever, or another company comes in and buys them out. Melvin Capital. I agree with him, and I love this. So shout out again to Innovative Equity Partners. I love this company already. I don't even know them, but hey, man, their CEO sounds like a boss, and I'm with him on that one. Shout out to our meme of the day, Miss Johnson. Will AMC squeeze? I get this question all the time. Obviously, it'll squeeze when it's darn good and ready, Betty. Now put your hand down and effing hodl. I agree, Miss Johnson. I do by here agree. Now, I did want to go over this article real quick right here on the Investor Place. This pretty much goes over, obviously, Bears and the Bulls on this question. So AMC topped around $20 per share when the wallstreetbets rallied around the stock. The shares subsequently pulled back, much to its relief of the short sellers. Obviously, they were definitely relieved. But since 21% of its available shares are being shorted, renewed buying could trigger a short squeeze again. Speculators, however, can neither time nor guess the chances of such event, but the shares can be boosted by two upcoming catalysts. So we did have Godzilla versus Kong, which brought in some really good demand. We've seen people wanting to go back to theaters, rearing back a lot. That did help prices, obviously, right? We do have a couple more movies coming up pretty soon that could be a catalyst for even more pushes on the stock. So obviously, the bears are saying throughout the pandemic, stock markets bid up shares of movie streaming companies like Disney, AT&T, and Netflix. And we've went over this a lot again, right, in the channel. I do think, honestly, people are going to stay home and watch the movies sometimes, right? Correct. But I don't think those same people that are watching the movies at home probably were going to go to the movie theater anyway, unless it was a really good movie they really wanted to see. That's the way I look at it. I don't think this market actually hurts the theater market like people think it does, or how these bears, see it. I just don't see it. I think people that were going to stay at home were going to stay at home and watch it. Like myself, if I was going to stay home and watch a movie I didn't really care too much about, I just want to watch it just because I think it could be interesting. Then I might watch it at home with my family. But if I want to go see a really good movie I'm really interested in, I want to go see the movie anyway, I'm going to go to the movie theaters and see it on the big screen. That's just the way it is. This right here goes over the CEO, Adam Aron, obviously wanting to approve the 500 million shares, which again, I do think is a great thing overall, because eventually they might need those shares to get the company out of a lots of debt and things like that. And again, I don't think they're going to release a lot of shares all at once in the first place. It seems like in the past, they've released more like 30, maybe 40 million at a time here and there, maybe even less at some points as well from what I've seen. And again, that usually pays off debts and stuff like that, which again makes the stock healthier, which again makes bigger investors come in and buy in, which again usually makes the price go up. If you looked at the last, 4 or 5 times that AMC has released shares in the past, every time the share prices pretty much went up afterwards. And that's because they use them right. And as long as you're using those in a right way, this whole thing about the bears saying they're going to dilute the shares down with 500 million shares, silly anyway. And Adam Aron's already come out and said this isn't going to happen. The chances are growing that customers will return to AMC's theater in a growing numbers, which we've seen this already. The company's Safe and Clean initiative will minimize the risk of the pandemic outbreak. For example, people must wear masks in AMC buildings at all times. Consumers who do not bring masks to AMC theaters can buy them for just $1. Since the cruises are not expected to resume before midsummer, many cruise lovers may choose the movies theaters experience as an alternative. As shown in the chart above, AMC theaters paid $2.35 per share dividend in 2018, as management rewarded shareholders with a special dividend. So as recently as 2019, AMC's management attracted income investors with its regular 80 cents per share dividend. AMC may pay its debt and buy back its shares, then restore the dividend, but that may not happen for at least a year. Now, we obviously know, obviously that they've been shut down. How are they going to pay a good dividend anyway right now? But I think eventually you'll see this get back up to the 80-cent range again. That's where I see this. Obviously, over time, they'll increase it a little bit, and we'll see back up to 80 cents. The bottom line on AMC's entertainment is not out of the woods yet. Last year, the company thought the pandemic was easing, but infection rates rose again in the U.S. But now we have AKA vaccines. Back then we didn't. So obviously, and people were going crazy. And again, obviously, you're going to see some rises. And especially during those winter months when more people are cuddled up together, right? This time around, the vaccines may put an end to the pandemic, and movie theaters will benefit tremendously when people are free to go out again. And this is what I'm thinking as well. Again, I've went over this yesterday in yesterday's video. That I do think we'll see this, even without a squeeze altogether. I still think we'll see double the price of what AMC is right now next year, but I still do believe in the squeeze. I'm not counting that off ever. Until I see otherwise in terms of the numbers and things like that. For now, I still think there can be a squeeze happening in AMC, and I think this price could shoot up to some really good rates. Now, it doesn't always mean it's going to happen. I'm not a financial advisor, by the way, at all. Remember, make sure you guys do your own research as well. But again, I do think that can happen, and I'm very hopeful. But if not, I'm a holder anyway, and I'll hold on until I at least make some good, decent returns. I'm hoping tomorrow we can get above 11 bucks again, though. Currently, right now in the aftermarket, we're at 10.14. I do think tomorrow will kind of recover. It looks like the market kind of hit a lull after that drop, and we started seeing this recovery just a little bit towards the end of the day. And I can really see that happening into tomorrow as well. Again, these big people, dump stocks to buy low again and then ride them back up. Just another excuse for the hedges to make more money. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go down below, hit that sub button, hit that like button as well. It definitely means a lot. If you guys want to be a part of the Discord, there's over 1,400 people in our Discord. Love to have you guys in Discord. Link down below as well. It doesn't cost you a thing. Also, if you guys want to be up to plays before anybody else, there's a link down below as well for the Patreon. Love to have you guys over there as well. I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. Peace, fam.